Alright, it's time for another one of these videos where there's no game, it's just me talking, but I'll probably throw up some gameplay in the background while editing. And I cannot believe it's been 2 years since I started uploading videos. Now this video is going up late. Same thing happened last year as well. I'm pretty sure the same thing happened with the very first video as well. But I still count the 7th to be like the actual start of the channel, even though it was created in January, I think. And the first video went up on like the 16th of August, but I still count it as the 7th. But this year, the video was late because I decided to draw the thumbnail myself, which was a really dumb idea, because I am out of practice and it takes me a long-ass time to draw stuff, and I was struggling with this drawing, especially the hands. Like, I can throw hands in a fighting game, but I cannot draw those hands. And even though I feel like I kind of cheated with the thumbnail quite a bit, like I used a lot of dark colors and stuff like that, and I always wanted like a character for the channel. Instead of just the mask itself, I wanted an actual character. I finally got the chance to draw one, and I think it turned out okay. It's not the greatest. Again, I was cheating using darker colors and a lot of shadows and stuff, but it was okay. And well, I had to learn quite a bit of drawing stuff, especially digital, while doing this, like how to blend things, how to get certain colors, how to highlight certain things. But I kind of like the way it turned out, like the highlights and stuff that's on there. The lightning effect was kind of a last minute thing that I decided to throw in, but yeah, it's not perfect either, but yeah, I feel it's serviceable. It works. It does what it's supposed to do. It looks kind of like lightning, that or a bunch of scribbles on it, one of the two. Either way it works, I guess. But it's again, it's darker because I'm trying to hide like the troubles I had with it, especially the hands. Like the three things that's hardest to draw, I feel, is hands, feet, and the other eyeball. Like you can draw one eyeball perfectly, but as soon as you try to draw the other one, there's problems. Again, I think it turned out okay though, even though I'm hiding all of my mistakes with the darker colors. It's not perfect, but it's presentable at least, which I think is the perfect representation for this channel as it is currently. There's a lot of stuff, like the mistakes that I'm trying to hide with editing and things like that. It's not perfect, but it's presentable. There's some good stuff there. And not being perfect means there's always room for improvement, which is, there's a lot of stuff that I can improve on this channel, let's be realistic. Thumbnails being one of them, titles being the other. So I guess this is the portion where I talk about the channel a bit more. In all honesty, the channel should have ended last year around this time. When I started the channel, I figured, you know what, I'd do it for a year, see how things go, if it looks like it's going anywhere at all. And by the end of the first year, I think we were at 300 subs. End of the second year, we're double that now. It's, I think, over 600 now. Kind of amazing when you think about it. Like, it may not be gigantic numbers. It's not 6 million, 600,000, shit like that. But 600 is still a lot of people when you actually think about it. And even though things were supposed to end last year, I was enjoying making these videos. Like, even if they weren't getting like the most amount of views ever, I don't really mind so long as those who watched it enjoyed it. That's kind of the goal every time I make a video, is even if it's just 10 people that watch it, as long as they enjoy it. I highly doubt this video will get to 10 people, but it's still something. You know, this is a video I feel like I should do. More like I want to do, actually. And there's a lot of videos that I actually want to do that I just don't end up doing for one reason or another, like the Elden Ring videos. I love doing them, but it's so problematic. Like, Elden Ring is kind of a game where you can sit down for 2 hours just running around, which I did do at one point. I ran around the game for like 2 hours just exploring and doing weird shit, because that's kind of how I play those games in the first place. If you give me an open world, I don't care where the main objective is, I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm gonna go find some other random shit. The problem with that is, you can go for 2 hours with nothing happening. That happened to me once. I recorded for 2 hours and nothing was happening. And I was like, okay, let me just try going somewhere else. And like, not even 5 minutes later, a bunch of shit is happening, but that only lasts for like 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, how do I edit this now? Like, what do I keep in? What do I cut out? Because you still have to, like, even though you're cutting down stuff in the video, you still have to make it make sense, if that makes sense. Like, getting from point A before the cut to point B with the shit happening after the cut, those two things still kind of have to link up in some way or another. And after 2 hours, that's not really an easy thing to link, because what you are doing 2 hours before shit started going down is completely different to what's happening when shit is going down in the game. And that gets really problematic. As much as I want to go back and record stuff for the game, I just don't know how well those recordings would go. I don't really care I don't really care how many people are watching it. I don't really want it to get like hundreds of thousands of views, but again, 10, even if it's just 10 people that watch it, the video still needs to be somewhat entertaining. If you're just running around for 2 hours, it's not the most entertaining thing in the world. Like, personally, it could be entertaining, like if you're playing it yourself and you're getting all the lore and stuff. Yeah, but as a video, not so much. It does get kind of boring kind of fast. And then there's the flip side to that, where you have a game like God of War. I want to go back and finish that game as well, but in that game, it's a movie. You're playing a movie. Half the time you're watching these long-ass cutscenes, and don't get me wrong, the game is great. I love those cutscenes and stuff, but again, not super entertaining to watch as a video, because you could end up with, like, let's say I record for 40 minutes. 20 minutes of that could just be cutscenes, and then you get 20 minutes of me running around trying to find combat and gameplay stuff, which you could just run as the same enemies over and over again, or you're solving a puzzle, which takes a long-ass time. I did one side quest in the game that ended up being like an hour. It ended up being the entire video. I thought it would just take me like maybe 5-10 minutes or something. No, that shit took half an hour. And I guess that's something I'm still trying to figure out when it comes to recording and doing videos and stuff. Like, I feel like I've gotten better at cutting stuff out of the video to cut down the video length, because I have a 2-hour video on this channel. I think it was Horizon Forbidden West. The first video I did in the game, I'm pretty sure it was 2 hours. And that shit took like 12 hours to render. I think it was like 12 or 13 hours to render the video. That was dumb, and the reason for that I figured out way after. I think I was playing, oh god, what was the game called? I called it Schoolgirlvania. I don't remember what the actual name of the game was, but the JPEG that I have as the channel icon and stuff, that was causing the problem. I was wondering, why does it take so long for videos to render? I realized it was that. It's because I was overlaying that onto the video after I was editing stuff. For whatever reason, that one little JPEG would spike the rendering time by like 3 or 4 times the amount that it should have taken without it. And after I stopped using the little JPEG in the videos, suddenly exporting a video or rendering it would take like 20 minutes max for like a 10-minute video, which is far more reasonable. But again, I feel like I've gotten a bit better at editing stuff. I do still kind of hide parts where I'm not talking by using sound effects and things. It's kind of a slight cheat, I guess. But it helps me out to keep things a bit entertaining. I don't rely on it as much anymore. Like the first couple of like my very first video was such a disaster. I remember it so clearly. I think the video was like an hour long or 40 minutes or something like that. And the first time I spoke was 7 minutes into the fucking video. How does that even happen? Like, that's how quiet I used to be. Well, that's how quiet I am in general, but I feel like I've gotten better at speaking as well in videos. Like, I can run my mouth constantly now. So I don't have to hide behind sound effects as much anymore. I still kind of do sometimes, but that's just like when I'm tired. Like, sometimes sitting down recording, I record like 4 videos in a row sometimes, and then I sit down and edit them after that. But by the 3rd video, you're pretty tired, and with how much you start screaming, I mean, you're playing a fighting game. You're gonna start screaming at something. My throat hurts a lot by the end of that. But I feel like it's worth it. It's enjoyable. It's kind of fun. And speaking of fighting games, something I always wanted on the channel, apart from like, you know, the God of War stuff, the other playthroughs of things, was fighting games. And the main one being Tekken. And it's just so unfortunate. On a PS4, it's just so hard for me to find matches in Tekken. Like, it just takes forever. It's sad. I really want to play Tekken. I want to play Kazuya. I don't think I can wave dash to save my life anymore, but it would have been fun. And Tekken 8 is coming out at some point. Maybe I'll get a PS5 by then. I can play some Tekken 8. It'll be fun. The game looks amazing. The trailers I've been avoiding, though. I wanted to do like reaction videos to each of the character reveal trailers and stuff, and then they just kept piling up all the reveal trailers. And I didn't have the time, so I don't even know what trailer they're on now. I just kept avoiding it. It sucks. But at the same time, I want to do those videos, but at this point I'm like, do I even do those videos? Or do I just not do them and enjoy those trailers for myself. Like, that's one of the things I notice now is things start to revolve around the videos more than anything else, which is kind of annoying because it's like, oh, this new trailer for something dropped. Do I do a video on it? Like, why am I thinking that way? That's kind of dumb. It's not something I thought that I would be thinking. Kind of a weird sentence, but it's not something I thought I would be thinking about, but here I am. But I guess that is something that does happen when you start making videos and stuff. You start thinking about the videos. Like, what can I do videos on? What, you know, like, what videos should I do? But I feel like I'm also the type of person, like, I could care less about YouTube's algorithms and things. Like, if I'm bored with the game, I'm gonna play something else. If I'm having fun with the game, I'm gonna keep playing it for a while. Which is where, again, the Fighters videos came from. I didn't realize I would enjoy it as much. The only reason I started it is because I couldn't find matches in Tekken and stuff, and I was like, you know, I play Fighters already. Let me just play some more Fighters, you know. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, anime fan in general. So, of course, I'm gonna be playing Fighters anyways. Might as well do some videos on it. I didn't expect it to start being as enjoyable as it was. Like, yeah, there are some times where the game gets on my nerves constantly. Fusions and fucking C assist, but, you know, it's a game. That shit's gonna happen in any game. There's annoying shit in every game. And there are other fighting games as well that I want to play on the channel, like Guilty Gear Strive. I think I only played the game once. It's just been sitting on my PS4. I've played the game once, and I think I did the tutorial, and I lost to the CPU, which kind of sucked. I didn't know what I was doing. I got my ass beat by the computer, but I kind of want to learn Bike-It. I think she's a really cool character. Well, she looks fucking cool. I really want to play the character. I really want to play the game and start learning it. At some point, again, the reasoning that I don't do it is time and editing. It's such a pain in the ass to edit these videos sometimes, and then I don't even know if I'm gonna find matches online in the first place, which is kind of the reason that I only did one Street Fighter 6 video. Like, I was enjoying the game. I was really liking playing the game. I think it's probably the best Street Fighter so far. Like, I haven't been like the biggest Street Fighter fan, but I would say in terms of just playing a game, like picking it up and playing it, this is probably the most accessible Street Fighter, I would say, because it looks very beginner friendly. I mean, you have modern controls and stuff. Even though modern controls kind of cheats with it. You play a Zangief on modern controls, you know what I'm talking about. Motherfuckers don't have to do 720s and shit. They can just it's one button for specials, one button. Kind of sucks, kind of annoying, but is part of the game. And I can't really complain too much about it. Like, I started on the modern controls because I couldn't remember for shit how to play Street Fighter. But eventually I learned and I went back to classic controls. But one thing I noticed, I think I did make a community post about this a while back. For whatever reason, you have this great new game launch. Everything looks great. The hype around the game was great. And the game is fucking region lock. Why? Why did you region lock the game, Capcom? That was dumb. It takes me like half an hour to find a single match something. I don't know if they fixed it now. I haven't played the game in a while. I was supposed to play Rashid. I forgot. I really forgot. But why do you region lock a game like this? Like, it could have been so huge. I mean, it still is, but what I mean is, like, to find matches and stuff, you would not expect that it would take that long. And then you find out, oh, everybody else is having like a similar problem as well because the stupid game is region locked. Why? That's dumb. Why would you do that to a game? Especially a fighting game. That's kind of like the problem with Tekken 7. Tekken 7 does not have crossplay. If it did, PS4 players, yeah, I can't remember if it's on Xbox, honestly, but like PS4 players wouldn't have to struggle to find matches because there's a whole lot of people that play on PC. But then again, I guess in Tekken 7's case, it released such a long time ago that I don't think they had much of a choice in it. There was something went wrong with Tekken 7, I can't remember. Well, apart from Tag 2 not doing as well as everyone would hope. Or, well, I found out later on that Tag 2 didn't do that well. And that kind of almost sunk Tekken completely, which is why Tekken 7 lacks a lot. Like, offline content lacks in that game, terribly so. But overall, it was like probably the most fun well, not the most fun Tekken. I still hold Tag 2 as like the most fun Tekken, as broken as that shit was. Still the most fun. But like the most appealing, like mass appealing Tekken so far would be 7 and then 3, I guess. That's the problem with fighting games sometimes, like, especially when a game is much older. Like, the player base is going to dwindle after a while, and it's not as entertaining anymore after a while. But I noticed that that's kind of a thing with YouTube in general. It's like, if a brand new game releases and suddenly it's 2 days old, that's old news. It's no longer the popular thing, which is, to me, that's fucking weird, honestly. How does a game age out that fast? It's because people spam so many fucking videos on the damn thing, that's why. Which does make it kind of sucks. Because you want to play something, but it's like, okay, it's old now. Like, even if it's like a week old, like, it's old now to people on the internet. You can't be playing it. You find something new. Kind of sucks. Like, especially because I remember when I played Medieval, I said that there was something else that I wanted to play, which is the Crash trilogy, the remake. And that too is just sitting on my PS4, and I never started the damn thing. It's just there. I still want to play through it. I just don't know when I'm going to. Or how I'm gonna edit those videos, or even upload, or even if I should just play the game for myself. Sometimes you do have to just play stuff for yourself, instead of just making everything a YouTube video. I found that out. Because it does become extremely draining sometimes, to just constantly be thinking about, oh, I need to upload a video, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like, as much as I would love to upload a video every day, I feel like I would burn myself out extremely quickly. And on top of that, it's like, what do? Do you just keep playing fighters every day? Like, I get pissed off at the game and I don't want to play it for a week after that. But then what do I upload? But I'm glad I went back to Master Duel, actually. I'm having fun with the game again. Gonna do more videos on it. Like, I'm surprised I'm having fun with the game again, especially because we got stupid cash tier cards coming to the game now. Tier element is everywhere. Stupid Labyrinth as well, well, it's not as much of a problem in ranked now as it was before, but stupid Labyrinth, stupid Labyrinth event as well, that was so dumb. But that's one thing that I want to do, especially now that we're in year 3, is go back to doing a bunch of other games, even though I know it's not going to be super popular. Even the people that are subbed to the channel, I don't think a lot of people would watch it. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that sub to the channel for, like, Dragon Ball Fighter stuff, and then there's others that sub just for the Master Duel stuff. But I still kind of want to play a bunch of other things. It's so that I can actually still enjoy a game. You know, like, if you just play fighters every day over and over again, you are going to get bored of the game. Sure, you're going to learn, you're going to get better at the game and stuff, but you will get bored. And that's the problem. If I'm bored, it's going to show through. Like, I cannot pretend that I'm enjoying something. If I'm not enjoying it, I'm not enjoying it. That's the bottom line. Which does not make for an enjoyable video. I've had those videos. There's many times where I just completely scrapped a video because I'm like, you know, this video sucks. It's boring. And I don't mind doing that. Like, even if it's if I spend 3 hours on a video for Master Duel or something, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not talking as much, or this video was kind of boring, I will delete the entire thing and start from scratch again. Doesn't really work out if you're doing something like God of War. Maybe Elden Ring you can kind of get away with it, but doesn't work out if you're doing something that is story focused and you're going from one video into the next. But for games like fighters and stuff, I feel I can get away with that. But I do want to go back to doing other videos and things, and other fighting games as well. Like I said, Strive is one of them. What else did I have, actually? Well, Street Fighter 6. Hopefully they fucking fix the stupid... Why did they relock the game? That's so dumb. Absolutely dumb. And then I've seen more error codes in that game than anything else. If I'm trying to find a match and it takes too long, I get an error code. That's so dumb. Especially for like a brand new game. That's a 2023 game that gives that much problems to... It's so dumb. And then there's Mortal Kombat. That looks so good. Like, I've been seeing some of the trailers, like the recent trailer with Reptile, Ashra's back. Yeah, is it Ashra? I can't remember how to say her name, but she got the Chris sword. She doesn't have a hat though, which is weird. I remember her having the big ass... I can't remember what it's called. I think Chris was the name of the sword. I don't know what the hat is called. But she had the big ass hat. I think that was it Deception? I think it was Deception that she shows up in. She was a fun character. And then Havoc. My god, does Havoc look good in that game. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that saw Havoc and was losing my mind a little bit. Like, I heard the crowd, the Evo crowd, when they showed it, everybody started screaming for Havoc. The way he shows, you will accept chaos, by choice or by force. And the motherfucker ripped his arm off for no reason. Why? I have no clue, but honestly, to me, he is Mortal Kombat the character. He is just doing gory shit for no reason at all. He is Mortal Kombat the character, and I'm glad they're doing him, especially with the newer graphics and stuff. I always wondered how they would handle a character like that. Even Reptile, my god, Reptile looks good. He looks kind of weird as a giant-ass bipedal, but a Komodo dragon-looking motherfucker. I don't know what he's supposed to be. He's a big-ass lizard, but human Reptile looks good. Like, I really like his design. The morphing thing, I guess it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. You get a lizard, weird reptile, and then you get human reptile, which is how he started anyways. And he was always just a cool character. I really like the ninjas in Mortal Kombat and the cyber ninjas as well. I guess I'm kind of sad MK1 doesn't look like it would have any main roster Borgs, which kind of sucks. I mean, I was disappointed after Mortal Kombat X because we may never get Triborg again. I really like the character. My god, Triborg was so fun. The sound effects and stuff, and every time he starts bashing someone, that punch that he had, the grab. And then you just hear, for the Lin Kuei. Like, that shit was so cool, but we won't get them back. It sucks. Like, even when I think about it, if they ever make a Fighters 2, which characters are gonna come? Will we have Baby again? Probably not. I kinda hope they do, but probably not. Will we have Vidal again? Maybe. But that's the thing with Mortal Kombat. There's so many characters that they've created over all these years that you don't know which character is gonna show up again and which one isn't. Like, I'm still waiting to see if we're gonna at least get a cameo Noob Saibot. That would be cool. But I also kind of wish he was in the game as well. What other fighting games are coming out, actually? It's Tekken 8, it's MK1, Street Fighter 6 is here already. It's just Budokai Tenkaichi 4, I think. Yeah, that's like the last one I remember hearing about. And we haven't heard anything. It was the one trailer, teaser trailer, and that was it. What the fuck happened there? Why are they not showing anything else? Show us something. Show us some UI Goku. Show us something. Actually, wait, there's one. That's Project L. I think, is it still called Project L? The League of Legends fighting game. That thing looks cool as fuck. I really want to play that. Like, it really does look very interesting. I haven't really played League, so I don't really know most of that. Like, I know some of the characters. I've seen art for the characters and stuff. It looks fucking amazing. But the gameplay for the fighting game looks pretty damn cool. I cannot wait to play that. I cannot wait to see more of that. Again, for year 3, I'm just calling it year 3. I don't know why I decided to call this year 2 in the thumbnail. But now that we're in year 3 of the channel, I really want to play a bunch of other stuff. Like, I really wanted to play Final Fantasy as well. I just never got around to playing it. And then there's stuff like Cyberpunk. I still have a sealed copy of the game because I got the game on release. Physical copy too, so it's still in it's still in the original plastic. I have not opened this game at all because again, as soon as I got the game, people just upload like mad. Like, they've had day 1 of the game released, you'll see videos at, here's what the Cyberpunk is like, my build after 100 hours playing the game. And motherfucker, it hasn't even been 24. Shut up. But the stuff that I saw from the game back then, everything was broken. I was scared that if I put that disc into my PS4, it might implode. But there's a bunch of other games I really want to play. I actually haven't even looked at like any new releases that are coming out and stuff like how I used to, because I was just like, I need to edit this video, I need to edit that video, I need to figure out what I'm recording for tomorrow's video or the next day's video. It does kind of become a bit overbearing at times. I know this video is kind of all over the place. I'm rambling off on a bunch of different things. I'm sorry. This is, how do I say, it's a very unscripted video. It's just me sitting talking about stuff from like involving the channel, about the channel, some of the stuff behind the scenes regarding the channel as well. And I know this isn't like the most interesting thing in the world to a lot of people. Some people do find it interesting. Like, I find it pretty interesting as well. When like Captain Sparkles, I watch quite a bit. Some of you may know him, Minecraft. And it's those videos where he's just sitting and talking about stuff, even if it's just random stuff that he's talking about, like YouTube laws, some you know, like law case going on with YouTube and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie, especially from a YouTuber that was like his channel revolves around Minecraft. You see him talking about stuff like that. It's still pretty interesting because you've watched him for so many years. You sit and watch and enjoy him just talking about something else. It just reminds me again how old we're all getting. His music video is already over 10 years old. Holy shit. But like really, Fallen Kingdom being over 10 years old makes me feel old. Yeah, you know, the more I think about it now, I actually have not been keeping up with any of the new games and what's coming out. It's just like the fighting games, I guess, that I've been looking at. Like, but nothing else. I kind of blame Cyberpunk and Saints Row for that because they're both just so disappointing on release. Like, Saints Row even after release is fucking disappointing, honestly. But yeah, I guess that partly plays into why I haven't been paying attention to any other games out there or anything that's releasing and stuff. I haven't even watched any trailers or seen anything in such a long time. Even anime and stuff. Like, since I started the channel, I have not watched anything, which is weird because I'm a huge anime fan, but I just haven't been watching stuff, which is ironic because the very first video that I'm in on YouTube, well, it's not exactly a video, it's a podcast, but that's not even on this channel. It was released way before this channel even got started. And it was a podcast where we're talking about anime and stuff, and we would have done more of it, me and my friend of mine that were doing it. It's just scheduling between us is kind of out the window most of the time. But the irony of that, the first video that I made on YouTube has me talking about anime and stuff, and I haven't watched any since then. That sucks. It's been 2 years. I'm behind on everything. Also, I just realized I've been talking for way too long in a video that's already delayed. It's supposed to be up days ago. So I guess wrapping up this video. Yeah, it was a lot of rambling from me here, I know. Again, this video is just like me just talking about stuff. Yeah, we're in year 3. I still can't believe it. We're in year 3 now. Hopefully it doesn't take another year to get another 300 subs. That's kind of slow progress, you know. I would like to make some progress on the channel as well. But yeah, a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to do, and I'm actually going to do my best to do them, like playing a bunch of other games. Even though I know, like, YouTube's algorithm and stuff kind of hates that, like, if you're playing a bunch of different things, it's not really going to recommend it to people, especially because, like, I know if I'm uploading a bunch of Fighters videos, people are going to see the Fighters videos and kind of expect more Fighters videos. If I do that with Master Duel, same thing is going to happen again. People are going to see the Master Duel videos and expect more of that. And if I'm doing a bunch of different things, that's not really going to have people stick around too much. But at the same time, I kind of want the channel to go in a way where people are watching the videos more so for me, if that makes sense. Like, I'm entertaining them, which is why they want to watch the videos, regardless of whatever game it is and stuff. Instead of people just watching, oh, because it's a Fighters video, so I'm clicking on Fighters, if you get what I mean. I know that's not going to happen like overnight or something, that's going to take some time, but I kind of want to get it there at some point. It'll happen, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of time, but I'm hoping it'll happen. So I guess to end off this video, because it's gone on for far longer than it should have, I guess I just want to say thank you. For those of you who have been around for a longer time, even if you haven't been watching every video, I still really appreciate that people are watching them in the first place. Maybe you're newer around here and you're watching a lot of the newer videos, which are honestly far better than the older videos. Trust me, they are way better than the older videos. Editing wise, and well, just me talking in general and making jokes and shit is way more now than it was before. Like I said, the very first video took me 7 minutes to open my fucking mouth. That was a disaster. But I guess now that we're in year 3 of the channel, again, I'm hoping to do a bunch of other videos, try and make it as entertaining as I can. Bunch of different games as well, not just the fighting games, not just Master Duel, because I've always just played a bunch of games. I'm always interested in a bunch of different games. So yeah, hopefully I can get those done and have them actually be good. Editing wise, I need to improve a lot, but like I said, with the thumbnail, you know, it looks kind of good. It's a representation of the channel. It looks kind of good. I'm doing my best to hide the imperfections in it, and it's not perfect. There's a lot of room for improvement, and hopefully I make a lot of those improvements in this 3rd year. So anyway, thanks for watching.